Something that I've been downloading recently and just processing is the fact that, I'm realizing that people who are gripped by a spirit of envy, by a spirit of jealousy even, are, suffice it to say, delusional. These people have to create these narratives, oftentimes false, in their heads based on their personal experiences and their personal belief systems. And oftentimes these have nothing to do with the other person that they are placing on a pedestal. Because the reality is, in order to feel jealous and envious of someone, you have to have placed them on a pedestal. You have to have decided that that person is in some way better than you. In my experience, I've witnessed people who have far more material and social privilege than myself do this. And what they have to do is they have to invalidate my experiences of marginalization in order to validate their delusion. Oftentimes these people are absolutely incapable of seeing that we are all on this human journey, experiencing our own problems, experiencing our own victories, experiencing our own obstacles and burdens, experiencing our own boons, and it's just really sad and it's really disturbing. But because I can understand that these people motorcycle confirmation, so that means that this is something that can help us jump quantum leap, that can help us quantum leap. Because these people are living in a world of delusion, a make-believe world that exists completely in their head, that they are, yes, trying to externalize and rope you into, I realize that it actually has nothing to do with me. And if I decide that I don't want to be part of that, I simply won't be. I simply don't have to be pulled into these kinds of dynamics. If I choose to believe that their delusions are real, then I embody and enact that and express that and externalize it and make it real in my own life when it's not real. It's made up. It's make-believe in their head. And in a lot of ways, I do think that this places people on the spectrum of psychopathy, because in order to invalidate other people's life experiences, just to make yourself feel better because you have to be a perpetual victim, you have to look for excuses as to why things aren't going the way that you want them to for yourself, you have to turn off empathy towards these people. And turning off empathy is what puts a person on the spectrum of psychopathy. Being able to see somebody as not a person in some capacity, whether that's because you're deifying them and idolizing them, or it's because you think that they're worse than you, they're trash, they're beneath you, that's all dehumanizing. Motorcycle confirmation, quantum leaping, 324 on the timer. And honestly, I can feel as angry and annoyed and upset as I want to about these things, but I'm choosing not to today. Because like I said, the reality of the situation is I don't actually have to engage with these people in any deep, vulnerable, or intimate way, and I would encourage all of us to choose not to. 347 on the timer. Whatever capacity you have to deal with people who are embodying envy and jealousy towards you, make it as superficial as possible. Do not let them into your life. Do not attach to them in any capacity, and continue pulling cords, like cleansing your energy, removing that energy from you, because by and large, it's usually a karmic connection. 414 on the timer. It's usually a karmic relationship dynamic that is showing up, karmic relation that is showing up in your life to teach you this very lesson, that you, if you so choose, can completely bypass any of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, 434 on the timer, at the end of the day, those people will often be your biggest ops and your biggest haters. And the crazy thing is that a lot of the time, it's the people who are closest to you. or they're trying to get close to you. For why? Because they want to know your secret sauce, or they want to get closer to be able to see your imperfections and to see your flaws and use those things against you, especially to further build their narrative of you being who they want you to be in their head. This is kind of like that virgin paradox. You know, the Madonna complex that some people, especially cis men or people who are misogynists, have. So I would really encourage you to let the haters hate and you just continue to find ways to be love, even in the face of that shit, because guess what? It's so low vibrational and it holds no weight. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your eye on the prize. And if you are one of these karmic people who operates from this kind of a framework and operates from this kind of mentality, I also have a word for you. Stop. Stop. You're jealous and you need to admit that to yourself. You're jealous because you don't like yourself. You're jealous because you're not okay with yourself, and you need to do the shadow work to get okay with yourself. You need to accept who you are and take accountability for your life so that you can actually have some sovereignty and power, so that you don't have to live the life that you're living because clearly you don't like it. You don't lack agency. You lack accountability, you lack dignity, you lack self-respect. I can help you with that. I'm Vie Darling, the Cosmic Queen and your intergalactic interpreter, and I do offer self-sovereignty coaching. If you're somebody who operates from jealousy and envy, you find that's something that you embody quite often, you do need help with being self-sovereign. Book a session with me. You know where to find me. I love you all truly and deeply, and I will see you on the flip side. Happy hunting.